So TNT just ended their last NBA game on TNT, and this is the last time I'm going to hear Kevin Harlan call these games. Kevin Harlan to me is the best play-by-play man on TV. The second to me is Gus Johnson. But overall, I'm going to miss Kevin Harlan hearing him do games on TNT. He'll probably end up doing games on Amazon because he's not going to be on NBC because those games will be Mike Tirico. Let me tell you something. This might be the biggest sports fumble ever. David Zaslav, the head of Warner Discovery, a couple years ago said that TNT doesn't need the NBA. And the NBA's contract was coming up, and Adam Silver, who is the commissioner of the NBA, was like, oh, really? And he decided when their contract was up, he decided to take those games to NBC, which I think is the biggest fumble. Zaslav losing, how do you lose a 40-year relationship with the NBA where everybody loved the product, they loved the coverage, everything was fine? That is ego. And Zaslav has been adding different sports properties to TNT. He thinks that's going to replace the NBA. It's not. It's not. They're going to suffer from this long term because viewership is going to go down. And then Silver taking the game over to NBC and Amazon. It's like, listen, no offense to type Mike Tirico. He's a capable broadcaster, but it's just, I'm not excited to hear him. And the coverage, I think people, when they think of NBC, they think about Marv Albert and Michael Jordan. That was the 90s, man. You used to be excited hearing games called by Marv Albert. Marv isn't calling those games anymore. Like the great Rick Pitino once said, Marv Albert is not walking through that door. Michael Jordan is not walking through that door. And pretty soon, like LeBron's going to retire pretty soon, and Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, all them cats that came through in the 2000s, they're going to be gone. And even though Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's great, and Ant-Man, and Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown, and Wemby, like you have all these young great players coming up, they don't have the star power like LeBron, KD, and Steph. Long term, I think NBC is going to regret paying all that money for the NBA because people aren't going to tune in like they tune in on TNT. TNT games on cable, the ratings were important, but not that important. For NBC, ratings are important, and they already canceled a handful of shows to make room for the NBA. So now the people who watch NBC for their TV shows, they're going to be pissed off because they'll be like, what happened to my TV show? I don't even watch basketball. So David Zaslav, you my man. Losing the NBA on TNT, that's one of the biggest fumbles ever. Adam Silver, you should just either negotiate with Zaslav, man, and kept those games on TNT because the product's not going to be the same on NBC. So what do you guys think? Am I being overly emotional? Or if you're an NBA TNT fan, am I making sense?